Alright, so it's a Friday night and I'm going to play through a new map by Suzanne, also known as the Trash Bang, and this is her first map for Quake, so I'm not really sure what to expect, but we're going to go in blind and see how it goes. The stars we lost to grief. Very nice little ambush there with the lights popping on like that. Reminds me of the shotgun in BioShock. And that's a fun little extra reversal there. Nice. Both those enemies are pretty easy to take down, but having them in close quarters like this makes that it's still feasible to beat it, but it's still scary as well. Huh, so I'm not really sure why this pushed back. I guess maybe it's to stop me from like rocket jumping back up, but a little odd. Really nice detailing up here. Reminds me of some stuff that Sandy does in episode 4, or stuff that like Sandy tried to do. This is much more finely crafted. It's kind of a fun visual detail there by combining the two different great textures and like cutting them. I'm not sure what it signifies though. Ooh, okay. Oh no. So I guess the idea here is I want to jump in such a way that I deliberately avoid as much damage as possible. I think that's what this is asking me to do. Well, okay, I did bad. I did badly there. Oh, also kind of fun with the crosses going sideways. It almost looks like bones or really wide H's. I'm in heck. Oh, the ceiling is slowly lowering. I didn't notice at first. I wonder if I can wait and then explore a bit on top of it. Seems like that would be a secret. I'm a little curious. A little curious if these are death voids or something that we can actually drop down into. Ooh, there's something there. I don't think I'm going to risk it just yet, though. The spike shooters. Oh, I was just going to say the spike shooters are throwing me off a little bit because I'm struggling to know how to dodge them. That's all right. Let's see this start again. I really like having the progress here, the progress gated by a shoot switch that's behind me. Like, it's not hard to figure this out and figure out the critical path, but it means like I've got to look away from this guy. Like, if I'm trying to speedrun this, I'd want to hit this and avoid these guys, but that, like, it's just enough friction that it doesn't feel like I'm hard gated, but also like I'm probably going to deal with these guys before I push forward. Okay, so let's see if I can figure this one out a little bit better. Is there something between these? It seems like 1 of 5. I do like these shafts that are just going straight up through the ceiling, leading to who knows what. It's a nice, kind of ominous detail. Okay, that's a little bit better. Ooh, and there's gold armor down there. I didn't see that last time. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a fun little encounter there. Yeah, so I guess this is an ambush, 2 wizards from the void, a death knight from up top and down below. That's kind of a mean little ambush, actually, because sure, it's going to take them a little while to get to me because the staircases do a little zigzag, but I'm assuming if I drop down here, oh, there's a health kit. Okay, so it's not a death pit. Okay. Mysteries. Okay, I think I figured it out this time. Again, really nice detailing here. That looks like a trap. But I may not have a choice. Again, really nice tricks with the lighting. Ooh, we get a Romero lift. Ah, okay, we're back here. Okay. Ooh, okay. I don't know that I've seen a funk train used like this before. This is pretty cool. Oh, it's a bit scary though too. The encounters, I think, have all been really nicely scaled. I think a lot of modern Quake mapping throws just way too many monsters at the players, and it becomes almost like slaughter maps. And the encounters in this map have been a lot more like two Hell Knights, two, maybe it was only one wizard, two wizards. Um, that's enough within a combat space like this to provide a pretty good amount of pressure. You don't need to have like 50 enemies. So now, unfortunately, on this one, I was a bit too distracted by this lowering and expecting the Shambler that showed up that I didn't notice the ogres spawn in. I kind of wish something would have happened there for me to notice those guys and then have the Shambler. Also, I'm hearing, I think, some fiends, but I don't see them yet. Oh, there's a silver key. Okay. Oh no. Okay. That was really good. Being trapped in a cage with the zombies, like normally when you see zombies, it's basically just an opportunity to use your grenade launcher. Sometimes you get zombies that are like a lock and key if you don't have a grenade launcher yet. But I don't know that I've ever been trapped in a room with zombies where it's that tight. I already have a grenade launcher, but like if I use it, I'm going to hurt myself. So that's not really a good option. And then having fiends on the outside there where I know I'm going to have to deal with them, but I can't really yet. I can still do damage, but not a whole lot because, again, the grenade radius. That's just a really neat little encounter there. And especially since, we heard the fiends prior to going into the cage, and I was thinking, no, it's a bug, they've aggroed too early. But it's also, it works pretty well as that kind of foreshadowing of like, ooh, we got some new monsters coming around. I think only downside there is that I always have this problem. It's maybe just a me problem, but when I trip an encounter or trip an ambush by picking up a key, I always forget once I've survived the ambush that I have a key now. Thankfully, like the distance between the key and the door is like right there, so it's pretty hard for me to forget. But I think if there's any backtracking involved, I would have thought like, "Phew, I survived that ambush. Why was I doing that? I don't know." And I would have lost sight of the fact that I got a key from it. Oh, a little too easy. Okay. All right. Ah, so there's the exit. Okay. All right, let's load into this one more time here. So I'm curious. Okay, it triggers even if you don't get the even if you don't get the nail gun there. I do think this room could maybe have like a little bit more space to encourage dancing. I feel like each time I've played this, I've ended up backing up here and just turning it into kind of a DPS race because I didn't feel like I had enough space to quite make it around. But probably that's also like I need to just have better footwork. I think like for an ogre, a space this size feels great though. Like if this space was any bigger, probably an ogre fight would be way too easy. This is just big enough that ogres feel pretty threatening here. One thing that's interesting is that all of the movers, a lot of the doors, they all move very fast. There's a lot of doors flying open, things slamming shut, and it's kind of interesting. It's very different from standard Quake. Standard Quake's a lot more like creaky door slowly opens. Um, but like I think a lot of the encounters here depend on things slamming shut really fast. So having it set in the beginning, like even when it's not necessary that this door blasts open as quickly as it does, it kind of sets a baseline of expectation for what the other doors are going to do, I guess. But it does make me wonder, like, um, maybe there's some like world building thing that could be done to explain, you know, like normally when I have a door really slowly creak open, what I'm thinking is there's a counterweight that's like a little bit too light and it's just slowly lifting the door, something like that. And with this case, it's like I want to see the hydraulic presses or whatever that are flinging this thing open so fast. So I guess contrary to what I said a minute ago about the shoot switch here, you know, you still have to press this one. It's like even if you do race past these guys, you do still have to deal at the very least with the ogre. So I think like this one's probably more about the spawn and the spawn trapping you, haha, in this area down below. Um, but yeah, again, like I really admire in this level that it's able to create some nice little challenges with like it's an ogre and a spawn. That's it, right? Like that's a pretty simple combination, but a really good little encounter space where the ogre's threatening and a spawn, if you don't react fast, is also threatening. That's a really solid combination. So the spike shooters are curious because like I feel like a lot of people in the Quake community, myself included, have kind of ignored spike shooters. Like the original maps have a ton of spike shooters, and modern Quake maps have hardly any. It's pretty common to have like a map pack that doesn't have a single spike shooter in it. So I feel like this is kind of fun as like I don't know how deliberate this is, but it feels a lot more vanilla than a lot of what modern Quake mapping is doing. But also like maybe there's also a reason why people don't use spike shooters as much. It can be kind of unavoidable damage. Like I still don't feel like I quite understand what this one's asking me to do. Um, but oh well. Also the gold armor down here, I haven't really figured out what to do with this, but I guess I shouldn't spoil all the secrets anyway. One minor note here is that the archways, like this fiend has gotten stuck on the archway like 3 out of 3 times, I think, that I've played this section. That's a little bit of a bummer, but, you know, trade-offs. Yeah, so I think the thing I like about this trash compactor, so you've got like the Tim Willits E1M3 trash compactors, which are basically a gimmick. You figure it out once and it's no longer a challenge. But then you've got like the E1M6 American McGee trash compactor, which combines the trash compactor with monsters. And that one works way, way, way better for me because it's about, can you deal with the monsters under time pressure, which is relying a lot more on the really interesting and dynamic combat systems and less on like, can you find a switch to shoot in time. So I think like this one's maybe a little bit too easy once you know what you're supposed to do. I mean, like first time I didn't realize that the ceiling was coming down. But after that, once I realized what it wasn't hard to find the switches and shoot them. I think like I am playing on skill 1, so like maybe on harder skills this would be like a Hell Knight instead of regular knights, or maybe it'd be a Death Knight. But something with a little bit more of a health pool where I almost have to avoid fighting it in order to hit the buttons in time. I think like that kind of time pressure challenge is really interesting to me. And I think it's again something that showed up a couple times in the original game, but didn't show up as much. Doesn't show up very often in modern Quake modding. So another thing here is that the grenade launcher, I really want a grenade launcher, but the timing with this Death Knight up here means that a grenade launcher is totally the wrong weapon to have. And I'm not sure if this is deliberate, but this feels like a troll weapon placement where it's expecting me to have like auto weapon swap. So I've got a grenade launcher as this guy's right in my face. It feels like that. I'm not sure if that's actually the intent, but yeah. Yeah, okay, so I guess... Yeah, okay. I guess it feels like if I don't want the health or if I don't need it, it's pretty easy to just avoid most of it. I only have to worry about this crossways one. I guess these two as well. And that's all of them, isn't it? I mean, like mainly it's these ones if I'm just going side to side here. But if I want the health, then I've got to worry about all of them. But I do like there's a clear safe moment and danger moment, so I can just be thoughtful about my movement and cross. So I think this is interesting. One of the things I've been thinking about a lot is like combat fatigue in old school FPS games, because again, like modern Quake tends to have a lot of combat. Like I was playing through the snack map pack, and a lot of the maps are these kind of arena maps that just have waves and waves of enemies, and I get pretty worn out. So when I think about something like this, like not everything needs to be an encounter. Like this is just kind of a drip feed of two enemies, one by one. They're both really easy to fight. They don't really have an angle on me, so they can't even probably hit me. But it gives me something to do that takes a little bit of my time and kind of eases down. And I think like maybe similarly, that's part of the function going on here. The spike shooter sections are kind of like calm moments between the combat encounters. Oh, shoot. Hey, but it had a friendly teleport. Oh. Okay, yeah, so the ogres don't spawn in until after the shambler's been aggroed for a little bit. Cool. I think I'm going to give this one more playthrough. I'm going to go to skill 2, though, and see. So we've got 38 enemies on skill 1. And 44 now. So let's. Probably won't play all the way through, but let's see what we see. I like that there's the health there right by the door. It makes me feel like a Temple of Doom or something. Oh, I'd say a little bit close for a couple of those enemies there. I was getting pinned against the walls pretty regularly, but it is hard difficulty, so yeah, it's fair for it to be challenging. I think it's going to do it for this recording, though. Had a lot of fun with the map. I think a lot of really fun ideas. Some of them feel very retro, but it's fresh to see them again. Yeah, so definitely give this one a play.